Hi there, good afternoon. My name is Julia Rosman, and I am one of the management team members for the Can Do expansion project. As you know, it's a very exciting time for our company. We're looking at expanding, and with that comes a whole new set of problems where we have to try to sit down and decide what is the best solution for our expansion. With me today, I've got my other management team members. I've got Gavin DeLagrange and Mr. Logan Lemon. As I mentioned, today we're going to be covering our not just expanding our physical space, but also expanding our business model with some really cool ideas coming out of our management team. With that, we're also going to be talking about the different criteria that we're using to be able to select one of three possible best solutions for this expansion proposal. After that, we're going to give our recommendation as a management team, and hopefully that'll get us to where we need to be for moving forward in this project. Up next, we're going to talk to Gavin, who will provide a little bit of insight on our room to grow.
As you know, just like Julia said, we have plenty of room to grow. There's always room for sales growth and to get more customers in the door. So, like she said, we are going to expand our physical space and our business model. We had a significant sales increase in the last several months, a 47% sales increase to be exact there. Our current building size is 20,000 square feet. We need about an additional 10,000 square feet to provide what we want to do with this expansion. We want to have a development of an event space. We want to have an event space so we can bring crafters in the door, keep them in the store. They're going to be buying our materials, our supplies to craft in the building. It's going to get crowds to come, business is going to increase, and it's going to keep them in the building buying our products. We have different ideas for like wine and canvas nights. We have jewelry making, DIY workshops, and we're going to be looking at the current trends in arts and crafts and going around that to include the latest trends so that we can get everyone in the door very quickly. And then we have Julia talking about one of the two articles that we have researched.
Yeah, so with this expansion project, with especially the brand new ideas that we're trying to implement with the different hands on event center, we did some research into some very fascinating articles. One of the ones that I read was an academic article by a group of Finnish neuroscientists called Why Our Brains Love Arts and Crafts. And in this article, they laid out numerous psychological benefits to individuals for that hands on activity of physically doing different crafts. And that also ties into not just children, but people of all ages, which Gavin will touch on.
I did some research on an article titled Growing Arts and Crafts Market Isn't Just for Kids. This is by a lady named Lauren Zumbach, and she discusses how, as a society, our mentality towards arts and crafts has gone from the kids' summer camp aspect of pom poms and pipe cleaners and gems and things of that sort into adult making, like jewelry making, resin crafts, and different things like that. People are making their own businesses now and selling things like that. So we're definitely catering to both audiences here, even to bring parents and children together into our event space to have little crafting events. The DIY movement took off during the recession, and in a post-pandemic society we're still seeing the sales increase that we did during the pandemic as well. So we're going off all those sales, and we're trying to develop around it to have an awesome event space here. So looking into our expansion opportunities here, we have 4 different criteria that we picked that we think is most important in expanding our facility. We have the cost, location, size and customization, and time. So obviously cost, we're looking at the cost of buying a new building versus expanding our current. We're looking at location, what end of town are we on? Is there a dense population around it? Is there a dense population of crafters around it? We're looking at all these different things. We're looking at size and customization. Are we going to be limited if we stay in our current building? Is the best option to expand or to buy a new facility? And then also time, of course. We're looking at if we're going to have to close the store and different things like that. We want to get this done as quickly as possible, as well as possible. We want to get it perfectly how we want it. So next is Logan. He's going to talk about our expansion alternatives.
So with those four criteria, we'll be examining three alternatives. First of all, would be expanding our current building. The second would be purchasing new land and building a new building from the ground up. The third would be purchasing a new building that was previously built, but we would have to remodel. So back to expanding our current building, we'll examine the four criteria. First of all, cost. The cost would be between 1 million and 1.5 million by our budget. This is going to be the lowest of all of them. Second, space. We're going to be able to add a maximum of 5,000 square feet, which from what Gavin said earlier, we're looking to add 10,000 square feet, so that does not meet our requirement for that, as a note. For location customization, we'll be in our same location, which we're doing successfully, but there will be little customization potential because it will be the building we're already in. So we will, for wait time, we will have some areas under construction that will cause some wait time for those sales potential. Our second option for alternatives is purchase new land and have new construction. The cost for this will be between 3 million and 4 million. In an article I researched for design and sustainability, a comparative study comparing the difference between new build and renovations, it said the greatest risk for building new is cost. And so we're going to be closely examining how, while building new from the ground up in a new location might not be the most expensive option, it's the middle for us. We'll see in a second with 3 to 4 million. It might have the greatest potential risk for going over budget. So that's something to note as well. As far as space, we'll be able to have more than enough space addition because we'll be designing the building so we have 10,000 square foot plus if we so desire. A new location offers lots of customization because we've designed a blueprint exactly to meet the needs of what we want, plus extra space if desired. As far as wait time, we'll have no wait if we purchase new, and while that's building, continue to operate our new store. So that's very efficient if we keep our current store under full operation and immediately transition when that's completed for the new building. Our third alternative, again, is buy an existing building and remodel. This is, on its face, the most costly for all the and reconstruction of those property. So it can cost between 4 million and 4.5 million. It's our most expensive option. Space-wise, it does allow us to add 10,000 square foot of space in the options we've selected. We will have new location and customization potential with this, but location potential is limited because there are only so many properties for sale in areas that would allow us to have enough space for renovations. Again, similar to the build new, we would have no wait as we could purchase this building and renovate while we continue to operate out of our building until we want it functional. So now Gavin's going to discuss how we examined graphically and statistically each of these alternatives.
Comparing the three alternatives that Logan has just mentioned, we rated it on a scale of 1 to 3, 3 being the highest. In the slides we provided to you last week, you can see a graphic of how we rated each of those alternatives, giving each different category that we named a 1 to 3 rating. And next is Julia talking about our management team conclusion for what we think we should do.
So with that, I know we threw out a lot of different facts and figures and statistics, but in summation, we as your trusted management team have come to the conclusion that our best possible solution from the way that we see it based off of that 4 criteria, the cost, time, location, and most importantly for an expansion project, size, we think that the best possible recommendation we can give is to purchase a new building in a new location and construct our own building. So with that, We look forward to hearing from you, our CFO and CEO, soon as to what you decide based off of our recommendations. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.